industrialization. What is the age of industrialization? Yes, without industry, the development is minimum. Okay, without industry, development is not possible. Yes, you know about that. Because we are using the resources. Already in the resource lesson, I told you without resource, they cannot develop. So, how we can use the resources? With the help of industries. With the help of industries. So, resources are very important. Like that, industrial also very important. Industrial also very important. So, in the age of industrialization, what we are going to learn? Yes, before using industry, factory, and after using industry, introducing factory, what are the problem, what are the benefits, what are the merits and demerits, everything we are going to learn from this lesson. Okay, first, in the beginning of 20th century, the last year of 19th century, this is the 19th century. Okay, in 19th century, E.T. Paul, 19th century, E.T. Paul, he was one of the musicians, or that he was one of the musicians. So, he introduced one music book, or that he introduced one music book. In the music book, cover page, first page. Okay, in the music book, cover page, he drawn one picture. For that, he drawn one picture. The picture name is Dawn of the Century. Yes, we can look at your book. What is that? The picture name is Dawn of the Century. Dawn of the Century. So in this picture, they have shown one picture. We can find it. This is looking like a goddess. Looking like a goddess. Yes or no? This is a goddess picture looking like angel. Looking like angel. Yes. The angel. This angel is in hand. What is that? In her hand, having one flag. So what else? On the next day, the angel is standing on the wall. Wheel. Standing on the wheel. On the next day, wings. The angel is having wings. These are telling about wheel is time. What is that? Wheel telling about the time. Yes, it refers. It is stand. Wheel and the wings. Wheel and the wings. Wheel refer the time. Wings. Wings is referred to what is that? Going to future. Fly to future. Yes, really. So, on the next slide, in the picture you can see that in the picture, in the side, okay, left side and the top of the picture, floating railway. What is that? Railway. Because on the time, they have planned to start the railway. Okay. So, railway, camera. What is that? Camera. And the next is factory. Yes, look at the picture. If you see the picture, you can find here. Yes. This picture. Okay, you can find here. Yes, railway, camera, factory, machine and machinery and a printing press. So these are the invention. Yes. So on the time, these are before that they are not using that. After industrialization, they invent new kind of machines and used that and made more production. Because of that, import and export developed. Because of that, imported and exported developed. So, on the next page, what is that? Yes, we can look at that. Look at here. Next page, what is that? Next page, there are two pictures, not only one picture, two pictures. One picture is telling about Alauddin. Yes, in Tamil cinema also we have seen. Okay. So Alauddinum Arpuda Vilakam. So one picture, first picture is Alauddin. Second picture is, what is that? Second picture is machinery, mechanic. Okay. So there are two pictures. First picture, Alauddin from Orient. Orient means eastern countries. What is that? Eastern countries. So in the magic land, he was having magic. Arpuda Vilakku. Okay. Magic land. Because by the help of magic land, what he was doing, what he was doing or what he did. Yes, first, modern tool, modern. So you want to find new kind of tools, modern tools. Okay, modern tools for weaving. Okay, நெசவு தொழில், modern tools for weaving. And then next build bridges. Now we are build bridges easily because of cement and modern technology. But on the time they are not having proper facilities. So for them difficult to build the bridges. Next towers. What are the towers also they want to build. Next is ships. Yes, larger, not a small boat. Largest ships they want to build. Next height. Okay, in Saudi Arabia also 175 floor building, and more countries they have built high buildings. So they want so Alauddin. Yeah, this is represent what Alauddin's picture. Alauddin picture represent the east and past. Eastern countries and the past. Next, this is the first picture. Over. Second picture, the mechanic. What is the mechanic picture? Second picture is mechanic picture. It is telling about Western and modernity. Yes, really. Yes, look at this picture. You can also know about it. Second one. What is the second picture? Yes, mechanic. Yes, he was building the bridges. The same only. Okay, he was building the bridges, towers, ships, and high building. So mechanic also. But this one is east and past. This one is west and modernity. Yeah, that is Alauddin is telling about past answers. Magical and the old one. Okay, but now we are using new technology. So Western technology. What is that? Western dance also we are telling Western dance. Western dance means new dance. Okay, West and modernity. Alauddin east and past. So next, both Alauddin and the mechanic, both they are express new technology. New technology. Okay, two also expose the new technology. Modern world. What the modern world? Innovation, new kind of discoveries, innovation and machines. Now it has come true. Yes, really. Now it has come true. But who is the first industrialist country? Britain. Because on that time, Britain ruled maximum of the countries colonized by Britain. So they have ruled many countries. For them need more production. So they have invented new kind of industries, machines, innovations. So we called Britain is the first industrial nation.
The first topic, before the industrial revolution. What then? Before the industrial revolution. Yes, we are not always depend upon industrial in olden ages. So India, on the time I already told you, India is the famous country for export. Maximum of international market occupied by Indians. So all too often we associated industrialization with the growth of factory industry. When we talk of industrial production, we refer to factory production. Industry means factory. When we talk of industrial worker, we mean factory worker. Industrial worker means factory worker. Industrial material means factory material. So histories of industrialization very often begin with the setting up of first factories. Who made first factory? Who set up with the first factory? So there is a problem with such ideas. Even before factories began to dot the landscape in England and Europe, there was large scale industrial production for an international market. This was not based on factories. Many historians now refer to this phase of industrialization as proto-industrial, as indicating first or early from something, proto. So on the time also, or that before industrialization also, in England there is a more international market is there. For that they have collected the things and sell to import and export from England to outside countries. So in the 17th and 18th centuries, merchants from the town in Europe began moving to countryside. What the traders? The traders are moving to villages, countryside. So supplying money to peasant and artisan, persuading them to produce for international market. What is that? They are giving the money to weavers and farmers to produce the material for international market for export. With the expansion of world trade and the acquisition of colonies in different parts of the world, the demand of goods began growing. Because of these activities, goods became increased, material became increased, all are producing the material. They left the agriculture, but merchant could not expand production within town. This was because here urban craft and trade guild were powerful. So these were associations of producers that trained craft people. So they have given training. They have given training for craft people, maintained control over production, as regulate competition and prices, and restricted the entry of new people into trade. So what is that? They are making given money and control the production. Yes, they are not allowing new trade people. புதுசாக வியாபாரிகளை அலோவ் பண்ணுறதில்ல, நியூ trade people. So rulers granted different guilds the monopoly right to produce the trade in the specific product. For example, in 8th standard we have studied what is that? It is indigo plant. For that also the British people gave the money and get the product. So it was therefore difficult for new merchants to set up business in town, so they turned to the countryside. So before that they are not going to countryside, they are getting the material from the traders, but now all the one directly buying with the weavers and the fundamental worker. So in the countryside, poor peasants and artisans began working for merchant. So poor peasant, so agriculture, farmers also doing this work, artisan also doing this work, as you have seen in the text. Yes, look at this picture. Yes, text last year, the textbook last year. This was a time when open fields were disappearing and the common were being enclosed. Cottages and the poor peasants who had earlier depended on common land for their survival, gathering their firewood as berries, vegetables, hay and straw, had to now look for alternative source of income. So now what is that? Before that the people are doing some other work, but now because of the merchant traders doing the work and earning some money. Many had tiny plots of land which could not provide work for all members. For example, on the time per family 7 or 8 members are there, but they are having small plots of land, not large plots, 1 acre, 2 acre. For that they don't want to work all the 10 people don't want to work in the field. So 3 or 4 people work in the field, other people are going to the factory, going to the industry and earning some money. So when merchant came around, offered advance to produce goods for them, peasant household eagerly agreed by working for the merchant. So they are not having any employment. Okay, so there is no work. When merchant give money, they are ready to work. The merchant give money, ready to could remain the countryside and continue to cultivate the small plot. Yes, out of 8 people, 3 or 4 people going to work, 3 or 4 people do the work. So do the work in land. Income from photo industry or the proto industrial production supplemented their shrinking income from cultivation. It also allowed them a fuller use of their family labor resources. Maximum the agriculture work, cultivation work done by the family member. They are not calling any labors. Within this system, a close relationship developed between the town and the countryside. Because of this, town and the countryside relationship is very important, became famous. So merchants were based on town, but the work was done by mostly in the countryside. Yes, the weavers are weaving the dresses in village, but the merchant depend upon weavers. They are buying from village countryside. A merchant clothier in England purchased wool from wool stabler and carried it into the spinners. The yarn that was spun was taken in the subsequent stages of production to the weaver fullers and then the dyers. So what are the activities? First the cotton going to mill, it become thread, it become thread. The thread once again brought to the weaver making that cloth, weaver making that become cloth. So the finishing was done in London before the export merchants sold the cloth in the international market. London in fact came to be known as the finishing center. What is that? Yes, which is one market, which is called the finishing center, London. Yes, we are producing the cotton, making the thread and making the cloth, but the final finishing, yes, the finishing is only in London. This proto-industrial system was thus part of a network of commercial exchanges. It was controlled by merchant and the goods, were produced by a vast number of producers working within the family firms, not factories. On the time there is no industry, there is no factory. Because of that, in the home they are doing the work. Still some of the families are making saris, dhotis in their home now also, the khadi craft. Yes, at each stage of production 20 to 25 workers were employed by each merchant. This meant that each clothier was controlling hundreds of workers. Each clothier, 100, the buyers making more than hundreds of workers. Okay, so in this time merchants were famous. They try to control the people because they are giving the money and making production. Finally they are buying that. So the coming of the factory. Yes, what are the how the factories are coming? So the earliest factories in England came up by the 1730s, but it was in the late 18th century that the number of factories multiplied. First 1730s, minimum of factories only there, but after that the factories numbers were increased. The first symbol of the new era was cotton. What is that? First cotton factory introduced. Its production boomed in the late 19th century. 1760s, Britain was importing 2.5 million pounds of raw cotton, fed its cotton industry. By 1787, 1760s 2.5. How many? 1760s 2.5. But 1787, this import showed 22 million. What is it? 2.5 million change into improved 22 million pounds. This increase was linked to a number of changes within the process of production. Let us look at this. As we can look at that. So a series of inventions in the 18th century increased the efficacy of each step of production process. For example, carding, twisting, and the spinning and the rolling. So they have introduced more machines. Because of that, production also increased. Yes, if a man is making a cloth, making one dhoti or one sari in the home, means in the factory more than thousands of saris and dhotis can make within one day. So production was increased. They enhanced the output per work, enabling each worker to produce more, and they made possible the production of stronger thread and yarn. Then Richard Arkwright credited the cotton mill. What is that? Richard Arkwright created the cotton mill. Who created the cotton mill? Richard created the cotton mill. Till this time, as you have seen, cloth production was spread all over countryside and carried out with the village household. But now the costly new machine could be purchased, set up, and maintained in the mill. With the mill, all the process were brought together under one roof and management. So before that, the merchants are going to meet the village people and give the money, get the production cloth. Finally they are selling that in the town and export to foreign countries. But now what happened? But now the merchants are setting up the factory in the cities. So within one roof, within one building, they made a lot of machines and producing more cloth. So this allowed more careful supervision over the production process, a watch over quality, and the regulation of labor, all of which had been difficult to do when production was in the countryside. Yes, in the production of countryside affect the factory, at the same time factory affect the countryside production. So in the early 19th century, factories increasingly became an intimate part of the English landscape. So visible were the imposing new mills, so magical seemed to be the power of new technology that contemporaries were dazzled. They concentrated their attention on the mill, almost forgetting the balance and the workshop where production still continued. So many new mills were imposing. Because of that, production increased, new technology were increased, new technology, new mill, new factory. Because of that, more production happened, yes, getting by the factories. The next topic, the pace of industrial change. There are in this topic there are 4 points. How rapid was process industrialization. How industrial become very famous. So the most dynamic industries in Britain were clearly cotton. What is it? Clearly cotton and metals, growing at a rapid pace as fast movement. Cotton was the leading sector in the first phase of the industrialization up to the 1840s. Up to 1840s, who is giving which industry is giving more income? Cotton industry. Which industry is giving more income? Cotton industry up to 1814. After that, iron and steel industry is giving more income. So with the expansion of railway, why the people need, the government need iron more? Because of railway. For railway track, we are using full and full iron. For engine, goods, everything we need full and full iron. So because of that, the iron production is increased. So with the expansion of railway in England, from 1840s, and in the colonies from 1860s, the demand was in India also. Mumbai to Thane, they were first train railway track, Mumbai to Thane, it made by British people. So 1840, the colonies, the demand for iron and steel increased rapidly. Because of that, they need more iron and steel. By 1873, Britain was exporting iron and steel worth of $77 million, doubled the value of its cotton. அப்போ காட்டனை விட 2 மடங்கு அதிகமாக கொடுக்குறாங்க. And this is the first point. Next, second point, the new industries could not easily displace traditional industries. Yes, really this is happened because maximum of the people liked man-made goods. Because that is fine and quality. They have good quality. Because of that, they liked traditional industry. Yes, even at the end of the 19th century, less than 20% of the total workforce was employed in the technologically advanced industrial sector. Textiles was dynamic sector, but a large portion of the output was produced not within factory but outside within domestic units. Yes, not all the 100% of the material not done by the industry. So man-made material also bought by people. Yes, because some people are giving more importance for man-made material. So next third point, the base of the change in the traditional industries was not set by steam powered cotton or made metal industries, but they didn't remain entirely stagnant either. Seemingly ordinary and small innovations were the basis of growth of many non-mechanized sectors such as food processing, building, pottery, glasswork. So, except what the except the industries, some works are full and full depend upon the human being. For example, food processing, building, pottery, glasswork, tanning, furniture making, production. These are done by the human being. So fourth point. This is the third point. Next fourth point. For technological changes occurred slowly, they did not spread dramatically across the industrial landscape. Technological changes occurred slowly. Okay, but not spread dramatically across the industrial landscape. New technology was expensive. Yes, so some of the people are hesitate to buy the machines because the machine is costly. At the same time, if the machine is repaired from England only, the mechanic want to come and repair the machine. For that, they want to spend more money. So new technology was expensive, and the merchant industrialists were cautioned about using it. They don't know how to use it. Some of the people don't know how to use it. So the machines often broke down and the repair was costly. Yes, they were not effective as the inventor and the manufacturer claimed. So it is not effective. Often the repair work the mechanic want to come from England. Because of that, they are not buying the machine. Consider the case of the system engine. James Watt improved the steam engine produced by Newcomen and the patented the new engine 1781. Newcomen patented the new engine steam engine. His industrialist friend Matthew Boulton. First he found that. Who found? James Watt. James Watt found that, and James Watt friend Matthew Boulton manufactured the new model, but for years he could find no buyers. He produced the engine, but no one buy that. At the beginning of the 19th century, there were no more than 321 steam engine all over England. Of these, 80 were in cotton industry. 321 la 81 cotton industries, and rest of mining, canal work and iron work. Steam engines were not used in any of the other industries till much later the 18th century. Okay, so the first topic over. Study well and take notes.